How many of you think you have arrived spiritually? By that I mean, how many of you think you've reached that point where God's done all He's going to do in you and you're done growing up? You're fully grown spiritually. Let me just stop right there and be the first to say, not me. I'm nowhere even close. I'm sure you feel the same way I do. If the truth is known, there are probably a few of us who get real frustrated with ourselves and almost feel like throwing in the towel and saying, I give up. God's got to be sick and tired of me disappointing Him so much by now. I'm never going to get this Christian life down pat. Now, I know that feeling. It's so easy to get frustrated with our human weaknesses and how easily we give in to our sinful nature that seems to persist and taking over every day. I've got some good news for you from Scripture that you need to be reminded of. It's a process, guys. When Paul wrote to the Philippians, he said, I want to let you in on a little secret. It's Philippians 1:6. He said, being confident of this, that He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion unto the day of Jesus Christ. Today I want us to focus on that little phrase, He who began a good work in you. We'll look at the other pieces of that verse in the coming days. Today I want you to notice what God says in this passage, that what He is doing in your life is a process. Hey, God's just getting started on you. The word translated began is the word enarchomai. It comes from two Greek words, N-E-N, and archo, A-R-C-H-O. It means to make a beginning or to commence. It means you start something, not finish it, but start it. What I want you to concentrate on for a few minutes today is that when Jesus Christ came into your life, He started something. He gave you a new birth. You weren't born completed. He gave you His Spirit and His presence and His power. Yet day by day we continue to discover what all of that means and how all of that applies to our lives. It does not mean that we have arrived or have perfected this thing called the Christian life. But it does mean that God is at work in us. Later in this same book of Philippians, he will write in chapter 2, verse 13, for God is working in you, giving you the desire and the power to do what pleases Him. The word for working in you is energio. We get our word energy from it. So Paul says, God has engaged in the process of energizing you to grow. He is effecting a change in you. You don't need to lose patience with yourself. God hasn't. He's working in you. It's all a part of His design and His process. Like the old farmer said, I ain't what I ought to be, but thank God I ain't what I used to be. Sometimes we fail to see the progress we've made. The very fact that we get discontent with our inconsistencies and our failures and our struggles is a sign itself of spiritual growth. That old man without Christ living in us wouldn't care if he blew it. That new man that God is developing is disappointed when he falls. Now that's growth. So know today that God does not give up on you. He's working. You are a work under progress. Let Him do His thing in you today. Here's a great thought for today. God is working on me day by day and moment by moment. Here's a great prayer to pray today. God, help me not to be discouraged, but to stay focused on what You are doing in me. I want to keep growing and maturing in my faith. That's a great prayer to pray for today. God bless you.